Love it, man. This paper represents so much, man. See, because everybody, some guys keep the profit for themselves. Some guys donate their money to other causes, like such as I do. I lost my mother to domestic violence. So the money that I make from the paper, I donate to them. And majority of guys, the paper is designed for the homeless to have some form of employment instead of standing out here panhandling and begging people for their goods and that kind of stuff like that. And which does happen, and but I can't see doing it. I wasn't trained, I wasn't brought up that way, but I don't feel like this is not panhandling. This is legitimate news. We write this paper, we put a lot of hard work, a lot of hard effort in producing good material. And people read this paper, and people like this paper.
Now, how does it work? I see you got the ID and...
Yeah, well, you have to, when you first get this, when you first start working for this company, you have to get a temporary badge. You have to sell at least, you have to come back and buy papers 3 times. Once you come back and buy papers 3 times, then you get an official badge, a vending license badge, and a smile. And a lot of guys don't even get that far because frustration level, takes them, they sell 1 or 2 papers a day, and it's not, they're just standing there. People don't want to see that. People want to hear you talk to them. They want to see, they want to hear what you got to say. If you got something to say, I like to hear it. And if they do, I want to read about it next because it might be pretty interesting. And I'm pretty well known. And
now, how long you been doing this?
About 2.5 years.
Because we're like a block away from the White House.
Yeah.
And you're out here in this McPherson Square, right here.
Well, let's stay for a minute.
Yeah. So what's your future like?
Well, my future, I really would like to get a better job than I got at Greyhound, but in the meantime, between time, I'm satisfied with my life because what I do, I spend a lot of time with the women and children, domestic violence, man, and I help all kinds of people, man. I lost my mother and my wife to a house explosion. So, I don't have any family, right? And, my mother, she was adopted, and she didn't have any brothers and sisters. Therefore, I didn't have any aunts or uncles, so I basically grew up alone anyway, but that's, still I went to the Marine Corps, I did my years in the Corps, and I came out, I lost them, and it kind of set me aback. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I did so. No, it set me aback, but it didn't make me crawl into the gutter and start using drugs and drinking alcohol and doing all kind of vicarious stuff. You know what I mean? You got to stand up. Now, even right now, and it's been over 2 years, right now, I still get wobbly. I call it wobbly. It's like I might see a TV show and it's a family involved in it, and I break down and start crying. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I'm getting better and I'm getting better. There was a point in time I couldn't even talk about it without crying, and God is good, man, and now the world is my family. I try to be, I love people, I try to be a people person, and I meet so many wonderful people along the way, and I meet a whole bunch of jerks.
That's life.
Being honest.
That's at McDonald's and every place else. Hey, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
3 wishes. One would be, and I know this is going to sound, I would love for all the countries, man, and everybody to get along. I mean, and not trying to take. We're going over here trying to take their oil.
Right.
They're going over there trying to take their land. I mean, since the beginning of time, it's been about land, food, resources, and more. You know what I mean? And it's time. The planet is big enough for all of us to share.
Yeah. Wish number two?
Wish number two would be, I would like to, as with anybody, I would like to change my financial bracket. You know, but I don't want to be no billionaire. I don't want to be no super, you know, I don't want to be no super million. I want to live comfortable. I want to have my home paid for, my car, maybe my little boat, a little motorcycle, whatever. And, you know, possibly stop my real ambition is to own a recreation center. Because I love to teach kids.
Right.
You know,
and wish number three?
And wish number three, I know it couldn't happen, but I wish I could have just to tell my mother just 5 minutes just to tell her how much I really loved her before she.
Wow.
You know.
Thank you very much for talking to me. Thank you very much.
I tried.